for Gagey versus Pimblett, the fallout of Gagey versus Pimblett. Feel free to join me. Feel free to join me. So yeah, it was a good card. If you was watching in the UK, you had to purchase it via TNT box office. That's where you had to pay. It's only £20. So I know obviously if you're in the United States, it was on Paramount Plus subscription. So you didn't have to, well, you paid for that. Then you get all the UFC fight nights and all the UFC fights, sort of like a Netflix subscription. So it's pretty good. But yeah, let's go over the full card as we do. So this is the new thing I'm going to start doing. I'm going to be doing pre-fight lives and post-fight lives. With some WWE PLEs, I will do a live. Definitely Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble is one of my favourite PLEs, so we'll do it for that. And SummerSlam and Money in the Bank, like ones that I like, I will do a live for it. So the first fight was Ty Miller versus Adam Foggett. Yeah, that was a finish, innit? Welterweight, knees and punches. Some of these didn't come on the prelims, so I watched the prelims on TST Sports. It didn't come on TNT Sports, so I couldn't watch the prelim. I didn't see that fight though, but I saw most of the prelims, but I didn't see that fight. Then you had heavyweight Josh Hockett versus Denzel Friedman. I know Friedman is, I believe, a wrestler, and Josh Hockett won by TKO retirement. Now, I believe there was some stuff said in his post-fight press conference. Well, post-fight interview, Dana White apparently didn't like it. I haven't heard that, so I do need to go back and look at that. Can't listen to that one. Then we have at a catchweight, Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. I saw this one. TKO punches in the first round, 3 minutes and 16 seconds. Dang. Yeah, Alex Perez looked good. I think he had a few losses, but he's getting on track. He's getting on track. Then we have a light heavyweight bout, Nikita Krylov versus Modestas. I always butcher his name. He's from the UK. Shout out to him, but he got KO punches finish in the third round. So, but he'll be back. He'll be back. Then we have Atabai Gaturi, Atiba Gutierrez. I just recovered that. Versus Andrei Polyev. Now, a lot of you are out there saying, oh, he's been fraud checked. Let's fraud check him. Fraud check. You lot are so quick to forward check. The guy has just got in the UFC. He's not even, you go on his wiki, he doesn't even have a wiki. So you don't need to calm down with this fraud check stuff. Like, fraud check somebody once they're in like the top 15, then give him like a top 5 or something. That's a fraud check. The guy's just getting his feet wet in the UFC. And you lot screaming out, fraud checks. Talking about a fraud check. You know what I mean? Like, you lot don't fight, so talk about fraud check. But anyway, it was a 3-round fight. Unanimous decisions for Gutierrez. It pushed him. He had to basically check his gas tank to see he can go 3 rounds, 3 hard rounds, because he couldn't get rid of the Russian. He was not getting rid of him. He hit him with some hard shots. And that goes to show some people can either take punches or they just give up. So it showed that this guy ain't playing. So Russians are tough, so that's for sure. But Gutierrez got the victory, so he's still undefeated in the UFC. And the train continues, I'd say. Then you have the main event on the prelims, Umar Nurmagomedov versus Davison Figueiredo. A lot of people had Umar winning this, no matter what happens. I was one of them. Because Umar is, he is a 135er. Davidson's moving up to 135. Plus, he missed weight, so there was something going on with his weight cut that can affect his cardio too. So I just had Umar winning this anyway, and Umar won. Then we have Jean Silva versus Arnold Allen, who is from the UK. Um, this was a good fight. Really good fight. But yeah, Gene Silva just let off more. He was more busy. He connected more with the better strikes, I suppose. He just did a bit more work, and that back jump at the end off Arnold Allen was, I don't know, was that disrespectful or what? But it looked cool. I mean, I'm not mad at it. It looked cool. Um, and hoof, 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 you know what I mean? He's doing his thing. What can you say? But Gene Silva did win that. I think now he's near the top of the sort of the pile now. So I think next we need to give him somebody in the top five. I think Yair Rodriguez would be a good one, I reckon. So let's see what happens. Then we have Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. This fight went how I thought it would go. I just thought that Natalia would win that fight. I just thought Natalia's a bit younger, she's fresher. Should have seemed a bit more quicker, but there was a lot of feints in this fight. Feint City there. um, but Rose looked good. Natalia looked good. It wasn't the most action-packed fight. I think DC tried to compare it to Carla Esparza and Rose Namajunas. It wasn't that bad. He's exaggerating there, but it wasn't like action-packed is what I'm trying to say. It wasn't like action-packed, but it was a decent fight. But in the end, Natalia Silva won. I agree with that, and I thought she'd win anyway. Then we go to the heavyweights, which is Waldo Cortez versus Derek Lewis. I knew this fight wouldn't go the distance. They're both knockout artists. Basically, I'm not sure if Derek Lewis gassed or something, or he had apparently on Izzy's breakdown post fight, he said that he thinks Derek Lewis hurt his knee, so probably could have hurt his knee. Something seemed off. I don't know what it was, but something seemed off. He didn't seem himself. He seemed a bit slower as well, so I'm not sure what was going on there. But yeah, he's a knockout king. So I'm not sure what happened, but Waldo looked good, is what I can say. He looked quick, he looked sharp. He tagged up Derek Lewis and he hit him with a straight, and Derek Lewis just went down. And I don't know if he hurt his leg, and then he's got pounded out. So that's that. Then in the co-main event of the evening, it was Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. Now this was a bit of a close one, A lot of people thought that Sugar Sean had the distance, using his distance control, his range, and his tee off on his head. But that wasn't really the case. It was the case in the third round. Sugar Sean was going off on him. But the first and second was quite close because Song Yadong did get some takedowns too. Always stay hydrated. Michael Bisping thought Sugar lost that. That's what he thought. I think because Sugar cleanly won the third round. I think a lot of people gave Song Yadong the second round. To my knowledge, the first round, I think it was even on the feet. I think Sugar got a bit more on him on the feet. But I think the reason, and I probably agree, the reason why Sugar won it was when Song Yadong took him down, Sugar Sean attacked with a guillotine. So he was trying to finish the fight when it was on the ground. Song Yadong didn't really do anything. I think he had one or two punches, but Sugar was trying to finish the fight with a guillotine on the floor. Judges are not really scoring off just takedowns and that's it. They're not scoring off that anymore. You need to do something with the takedown. And No one's been. He didn't do anything with the takedown and took him down, and that was it. So that's why I think Sugar Sean won the first round, and he will definitely won the third. So congratulations to the Sugar Show. He's back. He got the victory. Yeah, congratulations to him. Then in the main event of the evening, it is Justin Gagey versus Paddy Pimblett for um, the lightweight championship, interim championship, because Ilya Taporia is not there currently, but he should be back in June. This was a barn burner. Go and watch the fight if you haven't seen it. This was a barn burner. This was a great introduction to Paramount for the UFC. This is exactly what the UFC want. This was a back and forth war. This was a war of attrition. But the war of attrition was sort of dictated by Justin Gagey. His style was walking forward, like crashing cars, car crashes, how he used to fight. He's just walking forward, walking him down, cutting him off, and just swinging at him. When Paddy would get against the cage, he would just tee off on him. And he got some great shots. He knocked down Paddy multiple times. I thought Paddy would be knocked out or finished, but Skulsters don't get knocked out, lad. He didn't get finished. But Paddy, I think he came back in like the third, came back in the third and the fourth. He definitely came back in the third and the fourth. Like he was going for broke in the final round. But Gagey already bagged a lot of damage and did a lot of work earlier, which sort of gave him the victory really. And Paddy's face was busted up. I think Paddy was like, "My face ain't gonna be touched, lad. Your face is gonna be busted, you sausage." But he did look like a chopped up sausage slightly. Gage looked fine. It will just accumulate damage. But we have to give Paddy his respect. Paddy the Baddy, for me, his stock went up. It shows he can go against top tier competition. He just went against a former champion all 5 rounds. Had some scary moments. If it was another referee, in fact, I can't remember the referee who refed it, but some referees could have stopped it here and there on Paddy I think when he got stopped or dropped a couple of times, but it wasn't stopped. Paddy has got a chin. He's shown Scousers don't get knocked out. So for me, his stock's gone up too. His stock's gone up. He looked good. In the third round and the last round, he looked good. And he shows he can go 5 rounds with the best in the world, Justin Gagey. So he's gonna have to be down on. Obviously, he didn't win. I know he's not happy with that, but he just needs to go back to the lab and come back. And he'll come back, and by the time he gets back to the title, I don't think Justin Gage is going to be there because I feel his next fight is going to be his last fight. Win or lose against Ilya, I don't think he's going to fight anymore after that. I think that's going to be it for Justin Gagey personally. But congratulations to Justin Gagey. You saw in my pre-fight prediction, the one I did, the proper one I did, not the live. I didn't know who's going to win it. It was 50-50. But when forced, I gave my prediction. But I couldn't really call this one, to be honest. But congratulations to Justin Gagey. He is a monster. And he's now the interim lightweight champion. So if you didn't see it, the bonuses went to fight of the night was Justin Gagey versus Paddy Pimblett, obviously. Performance of the night went to Josh Hockett and Ty Miller. So yeah, that's what's going on. So that was a great card. Go and watch it if you haven't seen it. Awesome card. Awesome card. I was very impressed by that. What else is happening? So post-fight press conference. I think it's been sort of said by Dana it's going to be Ilya versus Justin Gagey. It has to be because he's the interim champion, so that has to happen. Paddy Pimblett went to the hospital, so hopefully he's all right. He was asked by Thomas what's going on with Tom Aspinall. I think they said he has to have another eye surgery, so we'll see. But yeah, it was a really good fight. It was a really good fight. So this weekend we have UFC 325 and we have the Royal Rumble. So I'm going to be doing a live for UFC 325 pre-live, and then I'll do another live after the fight. So looking forward to that. So hope everyone has a good week, good weekend coming up. Yeah, it's just me again here, but hopefully some of y'all start joining me in here. But yeah, have a good one. Have a good one.